The marble floors of the mansion echoed with silence. 3 weeks. 21 days since Jungkook last spoke more than necessary words to you. Good morning, I'll be late. Don't wait up. That was the extent of your marriage lately. You stood in the kitchen, fingers wrapped around a coffee mug that had long gone cold. The ring on your finger felt heavier each day. A symbol of a union built on power, not love. Your father's debt to the Chun family had sealed your fate 6 months ago. And for the first few months, Jungkook had tried. Small gestures, quiet dinners, gentle touches. Then something shifted. He pulled away like you were poison. Late nights turned into absent nights. His study became a sanctuary, and you became a ghost haunting the halls of your own home. You tried it first. Knocked on his door with dinner plates, asked about his day, reached for his hand, each attempt met with cold deflection. So you stopped trying. The sound of the front door opening made your heart stutter. Jungkook walked in, his black suit perfectly tailored, dark hair pushed back. Those eyes that once looked at you with curiosity now glazed over you like furniture. Welcome home, you said softly. He nodded, already moving toward the stairs. A business associate is coming by tomorrow. Be presentable. His words were bullets. Clean, efficient, devastating. That night, you lay in your separate bedroom, staring at the ceiling. You wondered what you'd done wrong. Wondered if arranged marriages ever turned into real ones, or if you were foolish for hoping. Morning came with autumn sunlight. You dressed carefully. A soft cream sweater, jeans, natural makeup. Presentable as requested. You didn't know why you still tried to please him. The doorbell rang at 10. You opened it to find a man around Jungkook's age. But where your husband was all sharp edges and cold silences, this man smiled. Genuinely. You must be Mrs. Chun. I'm Taeyoung. Jungkook and I go way back. You stepped aside, letting him in. Jungkook's in his study. I can let him know you're here. No rush. He told me to wait in the living room. Mind if I keep you company? This place is like a museum. You hesitated, then nodded. It had been weeks since someone spoke to you like a person. Taeyoung sprawled on the couch with an ease that seemed foreign in this house. So, how are you handling married life with the Ice Prince? The question caught you off guard. Your laugh escaped before you could stop it. Bitter and honest. Is it that obvious? He's been my friend since we were kids. I know him. But I also know he's an idiot. You sat down, keeping distance. It's complicated, it always is with him. Taeyoung's eyes held understanding. He doesn't know how to handle things that scare him. So he runs. What could possibly scare him? Taeyoung smiled knowingly but said nothing. The conversation flowed easier than it should have. He asked about your life before, your hobbies, your dreams that had been buried under the weight of this arrangement. And you talked, really talked. For the first time in weeks, you felt seen. Your laugh rang out when Taeyoung told a story about Jungkook's trainee days. How he once practiced a dance routine so hard he forgot to eat for 2 days. You didn't notice the study door open. Didn't see Jungkook standing in the hallway, frozen. His jaw clenched as he watched Taeyoung lean closer, watched your eyes crinkle with genuine joy. Something dark and possessive coiled in his chest. He'd spent weeks pushing you away, convinced himself it was necessary. That keeping distance would make this arrangement bearable. That not getting attached would save him from the weakness his father always warned about. But seeing you laugh like that, with someone else, seeing you lit up in a way you never were around him anymore, it ignited something primal. Taeyoung. His voice cut through the air like a blade. You jumped, smile dying instantly. Jungkook stood in the doorway, and if looks could kill, Taeyoung would be dead. Jungkook, ready for our meeting? Taeyoung's tone was casual, but you caught the warning look in his eyes. Your husband's gaze hadn't left you. Something burned there, something you hadn't seen before. My office, now. Taeyoung stood, throwing you one last smile, saying it was nice meeting you, Mrs. Chun, and that he hoped to talk again. Jungkook's hand flexed at his side. After they disappeared into the study, you sat frozen with your heart hammering. That look, that intensity, it wasn't indifference but the opposite. 20 minutes later, you heard the front door close as Taeyoung was leaving. But you didn't hear Jungkook's footsteps going upstairs, but came toward you. He appeared in the living room doorway, and his presence filled the space, suffocating and electric. You stood defensive, saying if he had something to say about you entertaining his guest, he was his friend, and you were just being polite. Polite? The word dripped with something dangerous? Is that what you call it? What's that supposed to mean? He moved closer, and you stepped back instinctively until your spine hit the wall. Jungkook stopped inches away, hands braced on either side of your head, caging you in. His breath was warm against your face, and you could smell his cologne, cedar, and something darker, your pulse racing wildly. You seemed very comfortable with him. His voice was low and controlled, but underneath, something volatile simmered. He's your friend and I was making conversation, which is more than you've done in weeks. His jaw tightened as you responded, exactly 3 weeks, 22 days actually, and you were fine. Laughing and smiling like my absence meant nothing. Your anger flared hot and defensive. What did you expect? You shut me out. You barely look at me. You treat me like an obligation. Was I supposed to just wither away waiting for you to remember I exist? Something flickered in his eyes. Regret perhaps, pain maybe, but it vanished too quickly. You don't understand, he said. Then explain it to me. Your voice cracked despite your anger. Because I'm tired, Jungkook. I'm tired of living with a stranger, of being married to someone who acts like I'm a burden. You're not a burden, he said quietly. Then what am I? Because I sure as hell don't feel like a wife. His forehead dropped to yours and the contact sent electricity through your body. When he spoke, his voice was raw. You're dangerous. What? You make me feel things I can't afford to feel. In my world, caring about someone makes them a target, makes them a weakness. My father taught me that love is a liability, that emotions get people killed. So I pushed you away, convinced myself it was protection. His hand came up, fingers ghosting along your jaw as he continued. But then I saw you today, saw you laughing with him, looking at him the way you used to try to look at me, and I realized something. What? I'd rather die than watch someone else make you smile like that. Your breath caught as his thumb traced your lower lip, the gesture achingly tender after weeks of nothing. I'm sorry, the apology sounded like it cost him everything. I was wrong. I thought distance would keep you safe, but all it did was make us both miserable. And seeing you today, seeing you happy without me, it made me understand something I've been too stupid and scared to admit. Jungkook pulled back just enough to meet your eyes, his own dark, intense, vulnerable in a way you'd never seen. I care about you, more than I should, more than is smart, and I know I have no right to ask this after how I've treated you, but I need you to understand something. His hand slid to the back of your neck, possessive and claiming. You're mine. This marriage might have started as a business arrangement, but you're my wife, and I don't share. I won't watch you smile at other men, won't watch you give them the warmth you used to offer me, because even if I was too much of a coward to accept it before, I'm accepting it now. Tears burned your eyes from weeks of loneliness, of rejection, of trying so hard. And now this, I needed you. For weeks, I needed you, and you weren't there. I know I'm here now if you'll have me. His vulnerability was devastating, this powerful man, this cold mafia air, reduced to asking and hoping. You searched his face looking for the lie, the trick, but all you found was raw honesty. No more shutting me out. Your voice was firm despite the tears. No more treating me like I'm invisible. If this is real, if you're really here, then you have to actually be here. I promise. His thumb wiped away a tear. I'll make up for every day I wasted, every moment I made you feel alone. Then his mouth was on yours, desperate, claiming, apologetic. Weeks of tension and longing poured into the kiss as his hands tangled in your hair, pulling you closer like he was afraid you'd disappear. When you finally broke apart, both breathing hard, he rested his forehead against yours again. You were it for me, he whispered it like a confession, like a prayer. I don't care how this started. I don't care what my father says about liabilities. You're mine and I'm yours, and I'll burn down anyone who tries to take you from me. You saw it then. The possessiveness wasn't just jealousy, but fear. Fear of losing something precious he'd been too afraid to claim. Your hand found his cheek, Then prove it. Be the husband you promised to be. Be present, be here. Every day, his promise was a vow, starting now. And for the first time in weeks, when he led you upstairs with his hand warm around yours, you believed in possibilities, in second chances, in arranged marriages that might just become real love stories after all.